And here's our 302. And as what I have found is we got 2 damaged thread holes on the oil pan rail here. And we got a broken bolt in this one here. And it looks like someone's had a go at trying to get it out. And I'm gonna use an end mill and just spot face the end of this broken bolt flat. Once that's flat, I'm gonna go in with a center drill. Well, lucky me, this bolt ended up just threading itself right through the bottom. This is a through hole. So once my drill caught it, it just walked it right through the bottom. And those threads are still in decent shape, so that's a usable hole. So now I can just come over here and I'm just gonna put helicoils in these 2 holes. And with both these holes drilled out, I'm now going to go in with the helicoil tap. Now we got 2 threaded holes. And now I'm going to go ahead and install this coil. And just like that, these 2 1/4-inch holes are repaired. So the next thing I want to do is turn this 2-piece rear main seal housing bore into a 1-piece rear main seal, because we are using a late model 302 crank with a 50-ounce imbalance for, you know, a little bit late model Mustang stuff with T5 transmissions. And for the crank we have to fit this block, I need to machine this out. This is not really a big deal. It's actually kind of a common job. So I've got it dialed across the back face here. And I mean, that should be good enough, but I'm actually going to reach in here and I'm going to run a dial along the length of these main housings here, just to make sure that we're lined up, because over the years of doing these operations to blocks, I have found that this main line and this bell housing face aren't always exactly perpendicular like they're supposed to be, and sometimes they're actually out quite a bit. So I ran the dial lengthways and we passed over 3 housing bores, and over this roughly 10-inch distance here, we got a whole 1/1000th out, which means, you know, from this main to where we're going to bore, we got about a 1/2 inch in there. That's definitely going to be close enough, and you know, we're now ready to start boring this out. Then I go ahead and I dial right up to that rear main. And with everything all set up, I can go ahead and start boring this housing out. I got my bore done. We're at the size I want, the depth I need. And I now got this nasty jagged edge right here that we made. And I'm gonna come in here with a tool that's gonna break this nasty edge off for me. And this little 45-degree cemented carbide tool will do the trick quite well. So this is one we just gonna feed in by hand. So I'm gonna get it close. And there we go. Well, that certainly came out nice. Now I'd like to come in here and break this outer edge too. This one is a little bit sharp and jagged. And I'd also like to put a little bit of a lead in here. And for that job, I got another one of these cemented carbide tools. And I've ground this one on a 15-degree angle. And this one does a nice job of putting a slight lead in, breaking the edges on these. So this is another one I feed in by hand. And we're gonna catch the bottom half first. Then we're gonna scratch the top half. And there we go. And that part is finished. Once again, we can move on to the next operation.